Mike, we're good. All right, cool. Mhm. All right, what is going on? Wednesday, February the 24th, 2021. It is game day. Gamecocks basketball taking on Mississippi State. I got a lot to get into, guys. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Phil, Scott, Travis Rowell, Chad, John, what's up? Wes Clark just hit another home run. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm really kicking myself for not having my camera out every time this guy's come to the plate. Like I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So, no, great stuff. Again, we'll dive into all that more. We'll talk basketball. We'll talk baseball. Whatever you guys want to dive into, we can do that here on a Wednesday, February the 24th, 2021. Before we get going, really quickly, guys, I want to tell you about my friends over at Flex Squad Fitness because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin, South Carolina. And CJ Profit, the man behind it all, he's been a certified personal trainer for 10 years. And the reason, guys, he's so good at what he does is because he's been there, he's done that. He struggled with his own weight for many years until he eventually lost 85 pounds himself, doing the exact same type of training he currently does at the gym. And at Flex Squad, they do one-on-one and small group training. Their program's a mix of strength, high-intensity interval training, and endurance training. And guys, the goal is to not only help people look great on the outside, obviously, but more importantly, to make them stronger and more confident on the inside. And guys, like I said, he's been there, he's done that. He knows how to take care of you. He's going to have a custom fitness plan, nutrition plan, all the things you need to get your fitness journey going. And again, make yourself stronger on the outside, yes, but on the inside, especially in the mental side of things. Again, the place changes people inside and out, guys. You're not going to regret walking the door. You'll probably just wish you did it sooner. And guys, get this, they offer a free week for anyone who wants to try out their classes, or 2 free one-on-one sessions to see what they're all about. Or guys, if you go right now, tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. You're going to get your first month free. So again, if you're in the Columbia area, of course, if you're in Chapin, if you're in the state of South Carolina and you're looking for a new gym, you're looking for a trainer, you're looking to start that fitness journey, if you're looking to get after it, my friend CJ Profit over at Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin, South Carolina, the best option by far. Be sure to check them out. Again, that's Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin, South Carolina. Go check them out and tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Like I said, Wednesday, February the 24th, 2021. We got a lot to dive into. We can talk about whatever, taking your questions, comments, calls. Obviously, of course, baseball right now, 4-0. And, of course, we got the Clemson series upcoming this weekend. It's really time to start diving into that, and I'm going to be doing so with all the content and stuff like that. But it is game day for Carolina basketball as well. South Carolina taking on Mississippi State tonight in Starkville. Gamecocks, I think, right now still sitting as a 6-point underdog in that one. But, yeah, feeling really good about everything. Again, great day in the city. High 75 degrees. You couldn't ask for a better day. It was a fantastic night at Founders Park last night, by the way. The weather was impeccable for a mid or later February start, whatever, for a early season game. Weather was incredible. It was like a high like 68. And again, Phil, I know you're pissed off because again the high is 75 and it's just incredible here. I'm sure it's like negative a billion degrees wherever you are. But anyways, Leonard, what's up? Warren Montgomery, what's going on? Mason, RJ, Elizabeth Ballard, everybody's in here. Got a little something on the laptop. Everybody's in here today on a Wednesday. SC Football Tube, time for the Upstate Felines. The mistake from the Upstate. Wes Clark is out for blood. Indeed. Yeah, John Gibbs. Wes Clark is going to Seth Beer the Taters this week, and only use that because it's rivalry week. And yes, Seth Beer killed us. Yeah, I said it on social media. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap, and I'm very happy Seth Beer's not in Clemson anymore. Mason Croson said, I'm not counting my chickens until we play some real competition. And Mason, that's totally fine. I would just tell you to leave your negativity at the door because I do think this is a really good baseball team. And, I don't think anybody should be putting down this team or saying anything negative about this team for doing what they're supposed to do, putting up hella good numbers. And listen, I totally understand. I totally understand that. Yeah, the competition takes a bump up this weekend in Clemson, no question. But it's been fun to watch the pieces come together. Guys I was really excited about, I was really high on, to see them put it all together and go out there on the field. And again, this is not a perfect team, far from it. There's still some things they need to fix and sharpen up on. But I mean, to be this sharp at the plate, especially early in the season, has been really, really impressive to me. So let's go back. Travis Orwell, yet 4-0 Gamecocks. Mason says, Will Sanders looked really good. Yeah, Mason, Will Sanders is going to be a stud for Gamecocks baseball. He's your next Friday night starter, no question. I mean, righty, 94 to 96 on the right side. The breaking stuff is really good. 6'6", has the build, the projectability probably to throw, maybe even hit 100. I mean, he's a guy I think probably next year you're going to see be your Friday night guy, no question. I think guys like Sanders, Mahoney, I think both those guys are weekend starters, no question. So, Matthew Perry, here's a great question. Do you think the weather will be an issue this weekend? That is a great question, because if you look at the forecast right now for Friday in Clemson, it is miserable, like 90% chance of rain. It could be. I mean, listen, I don't know what they do. I think they're going to try their damnedest to get that game in on Friday. But listen, if you can't play, you can't play. My question would be this: how hard would this be? Would this even be feasible? Could you play Saturday at Clemson, Sunday in Greenville, and Monday in Columbia? Could you do it? I don't know. I don't know if they would go for that option. I mean, South Carolina's got a midweek game on Tuesday. I don't know. So we'll see. Again, like I said, they're going to try their damnedest to get that game in on Friday. But listen, these games will be played. I had somebody text me this morning and ask me, Chris, do you think they'll cancel the rivalry series? I'm like, you're insane. No. Plenty of other teams have bumped series Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's not that hard. Baseball, you play every day anyway, so I don't think it'd matter if you played Clemson Monday and then played your midweek Tuesday. Like, that would not be an issue. And I'm trying to think, who is the midweek next week for South Carolina? I'm pretty sure it's at home. I'm pretty positive. Let's see here. The midweek next week is – so, no, it's actually at Winthrop. So, you play Winthrop again, but play him in Rock Hill. So, Phil, 75, it's too damn hot for a penguin just to be walking around. Dude, it feels great. I mean, like I told you, I can't wait till he hits 90. I love it. Wes Clark is like a big leaguer right now. I mean, the dude, I've never seen anything like it in all my years, even playing baseball, watching baseball. This dude is so locked in. And like, here's the thing. Again, I was there in person last night. He hit those 3 home runs, guys. I mean, they're no doubter shots. Like, it's not like these are wall scrapers. These are no doubters. The last 2, he pimped them. Like, he knew it. We knew it off the bat. Everybody knew it off the bat that he got it. It's crazy what Wes Clark's doing. Again, you know he's not going to hit 769 or whatever he's hitting all season. He's not going to hit, over a home run a game all season. But, I mean, this start he's off to is just – it's incredible. I mean, here's the thing, guys. If Wes Clark has an average weekend, if he hits 300 this weekend against Clemson, he's going to get player of the week again. I mean, honestly. So – it's wild, man. You love to see it again. You see behind me, I hit dingers, Wes Clark, which it looks like it's a little, hold on. It's a little, there we go. Couldn't really see it there for a sec. Yeah, I hit dingers, Wes Clark. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. Warren Montgomery, yes. The attendance at Founders Park, 2,100 fans. So I hate it. You hate it. We all hate it, but that's the reality right now. Courtney Washington, what's going on? Mason Croson, Wes Clark's just seeing the ball very well, not striking out. He's walked twice, patient. Yeah, listen, and that's what I've said before. That's the thing that I love about this team. So you've hit 14 home runs. Guys, South Carolina hit 7 bombs last night. Like, I know it's Winthrop, but that's insane. Hit 7 bombs last night. You've got 14 home runs in 4 games, which is incredible. And again, I'm not overreacting. These are just stats. But I will say the thing that I love about this team that I think should make fans feel good, and I talked about this yesterday, is that this isn't a team that it's like a bunch of drop and drive and guys trying to lift the ball and they're trying to force home runs and hit home. Like, I think it's just a bunch of guys that have really good approaches. They're really good hitters, but they're big, strong dudes. They're going to drive the baseball to the park. You're going to run into more than a few of your fair share of home runs, and you're seeing it. I mean, a guy like, most of these are liners. You know what I mean? They're not they're not cheap shot home runs. Like I said, guys trying to lift, like they're driving the baseball. So that's what I love to see. That's what I'm most encouraged about. Is again, it's guys that I don't think the primary focus is hitting the home run. Believe it or not, I don't think it is. But when you drive the ball and you got big, strong guys that are really good hitters, you're going to hit bombs. You just are. So that's what I'm most excited about is the approaches. I think you've just got a bunch of really high-quality hitters that have a lot of power, and which is obviously a great thing, and excited to see it continue, obviously. So Jaden Harris, everybody else want to join in the home run fun. I mean, seriously, 7 homers in a game. Yeah, just wild. And again, yeah, like Mason said, man, Wes Clark's just a really good hitter that, he's seen it well. It's a beach ball to him. He's got a ton of confidence and timing is there. Everything's clicking. You know what I mean? It's just it's all clicking for him. So you love to see it. And I love it for Wes. He's a guy, works his tail off and a great kid. And, you just hope it can continue, obviously. Competition will step up this weekend, like I said. But, again, Wes Clark's as locked in as anybody. Probably, I don't think there's anybody more locked in the entire country right now. I mean, it's just incredible. The stats are insane. So I really do question how much Clemson will pitch to him. But you know what the thing is, too? If you want to put him on every time he's up to bat, fine. We have other guys. We got other guys that can beat you. So go ahead. Go ahead and put him on. SEC Football Tube says, I don't care who we play. If you perform how you perform the first 4 games and you're going to win games, I can still tell South Carolina is a good team. Yeah. Listen, like I said, it's Dayton and Winthrop for sure. You're 4-0, but it feels good to see the pieces come together. Again, stuff is stuff. If you're good, you're good. In baseball, that's kind of how it works out. It's not like beating, South Carolina beating, I don't know, man. South Carolina beating, Newberry in football. You know what I mean? Where baseball is a much different sport and why I love it. In football, if you're 6'7" and the man in front of you is 6 foot, you're going to win your matchup, bottom line. None of that shit matters in baseball. Like, it's genuinely about you have to throw the ball across the plate and give that man at the plate a chance. You have to do it. And stuff is stuff. If you can play, you can play. If you can hit, you can hit. And I think that's what we're seeing with this Gamecocks baseball team. Again, this weekend's big. You're going to see a jump up in competition. And it goes for Clemson, too. I mean, they played Cincinnati the opening weekend, who's an okay baseball team, but I'd probably put them on the level of Dayton. I wouldn't say Cincinnati's some great team or anything. And that's no disrespect to Dayton because I think Dayton's actually a quality ball club. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting weekend for both clubs. I'll put it that way. So, RJ Kelly, Kingston got these boys ready, indeed. Phil Harris, the sound off Wes Clark's bat is unmistakable. Just dingers. Indeed. Just dingers. Guys, thank you again so much for tuning in. Savannah Webster, are we where we should be performance-wise or exceeding expectations so far? I mean, listen, I think this team is more than capable of what we're seeing so far. I mean, did I expect them to hit 14 homers in 4 games? I wouldn't say all that, but it's not like it surprises me. It's not like it shocks me. I think we're right where we should be. I think we're right where we should be. I wouldn't say we're exceeding expectations because I really felt like in the preseason, if all the pieces came together, you have a group that's like this. I mean, you have guys that can hit home runs. You've got these type of dudes. So, and I'll tell you this, you know what's scary? You're doing what you're doing at the plate, and Brennan Malone hadn't even got going yet. I mean, he had, I think last night, that last at bat he had, I think that last AB he had was absolutely huge. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I think that last AB that Brennan Malone had was absolutely huge. 3-0 count. You give him the green light. He gets a hard single at the middle. A lot of fans say, who cares? It's 8th inning, doesn't matter. For Brennan Malone to come through in that spot and just to have something to feel good about going into the weekend, I think is so crucial. Because, again, you don't even have Brennan Malone going yet. You don't even have him going yet. That's another huge piece of your lineup. That's a guy that I think is going to be one of your best hitters this season. So, excited for him as well. But, yeah, this lineup overall, to see what they've been doing, just incredible. And, again, I think it's a telltale of you got a lot of really talented hitters that have power, that have pop, and they're seeing it well, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. And, listen, it's a lot of guys who have been there, done that, veteran guys who this isn't their first go around. It's not a bunch of freshmen, right? I think you're starting to see, what Kingston's been building for the first 3 years come together. I know people have been frustrated. There's even been some people that are freaking idiots that have said fire Kingston and all that jazz. But, in baseball, you got to recruit and it takes time. And you're finally seeing, oh my God, we have a pitching staff with depth. We have a bunch of hitters that have been here, done that, and have experience and know how to swing the bat a little bit. And again, I know it's only 4 games, but I'm just saying, like, I don't remember in the first 3, even last year, I don't remember in the first 3 seasons under Kingston where I really felt like, man, like, I feel like we've got dudes, like we have options. And again, I'm not sitting here saying we're going to go win the SEC East or go to Omaha or anything crazy, but we have options for the first time in forever. So feels really good, man. It feels really, really good. Let's go to the text line. Chris says it's Robbie. Or excuse me. He said, what's up, Chris? It's Robbie. I've listened to our first 4 games. Anyone in the lineup can hit a dinger. So if they got into a head and walk Wes Clark, we got plenty of people that can hit dingers. We need to stay focused. If we can control it, we can control it. We cannot control, just roll with the punches, go Yardcocks. Indeed, very well put. Yeah, like I said, I feel really good because you got a bunch of guys. I mean, 1 through 7 in this lineup can take a yard. Really 1 through 9 on any given day. So Jaden Harris feeling a lot better for the Texas series after what I've seen. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. I can't wait for that. Got a lot of baseball before that, but that's going to be a really fun one. RJ Kelly, are you still going with a 16-14 SEC record this year? Yeah, I am. I feel that feels about right to me. Yeah, that feels about right. The SEC's a gauntlet. We'll see. I mean, I'd love to see him exceed my expectations, but 16-14 in the league right now feels about right. So Trent Strickland, who is the hitting coach? I think Kingston does most of it. I mean, Mike Current helps. Stuart Lake helps. Obviously, Meade handles the pitchers, but yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of guys involved. So SEC football tube, South Carolina has the advantage over Clemson this year. I think we'll get 2 out of 3. Clemson Twitter will be so much fun to see if Carolina wins the series. I want to see Carolina sweep, man. I want to see him sweep. Bottom line, I want to see a sweep. Like, it's time to take this very personal. Take this very, very personal. We're the best. We're the best baseball program in the state. There's no question. There's no debate. Clemson fans can bring up the overall series record, and they can say this. There's no debate. You're not going to win this argument with me. There's no debate. Carolina baseball is the program in the state of South Carolina. It's the program. Bottom line, bro. Like, anybody who thinks Clemson baseball is a better program, I almost said a bad word, is a freaking idiot. Honestly, there's no other way to put it. Colby Parker, any update on Brandon Fields? Fancy seeing you here. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, Brandon Fields, just a young guy that, a lot of swing and miss in his game right now. I mean, listen, everybody's fighting for jobs, and Braylon Wimmer, I think, has pretty much secured that center field or one of those outfield spots, and especially the way he's swinging it. Fields is a guy with a ton of talent, ton of athleticism, has a ton of tools. I'm excited for him. When I watched him in the spring, like I said, just a little bit too much swing and miss in the game right now. You got to put the best 9 hitters out there on the field. So, I was surprised, I guess, Brandon Fields didn't get into the end of the game. But you're going to see him at some point. There's no question. You'll see him at some point. So, Phil Harris, with pandemic cancellations of other sports, this series with Clem Sucks means so much more. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I think that's an interesting storyline. I don't think that's something the team should be worried about or Kingston or anybody else. But, you didn't have football. You didn't have men's basketball. You didn't have women's basketball. I mean, these 2 fan bases are hanging their hats on this series and this series alone. So, that's certainly something, no doubt for the fans, a huge storyline for sure. Justin, who's airing the games this weekend? Yeah, so Friday, which is, obviously scheduled for Friday. Who knows what weather might do. But Friday, ACC Network Extra. And then Saturday and Sunday, SEC Network Plus. We'll have those games. And we'll drop our graphic Friday for the Clemson series, and it'll have all the listings of what channel these are on or what streaming service or what have you. So you guys just stay tuned for that. Yeah, Jaden Harris, pitching has looked great too. You got a lot of young, great arms. The strikeout pitch has been working. Again, I think that just comes from you've got a lot of guys with really good stuff. You just do. I mean, a lot of these young guys, man, Sanders, Phipps, Mahoney, Cotto. I mean, You got, dude, think of the guys that haven't thrown yet. CJ Wines, Cam Tringali, Parker Coyne. They haven't even thrown yet. I mean, that's how deep you are. So you got to love that. You got to love that for sure. Scott Stamey, when does SEC play start? Who's our first game? So it starts like March the 15th. I think it's like in 3 weeks. And at Vanderbilt. So right out the gate, man, right out the gate, you are going to, yeah. So it's actually into March because we play Texas March 12th through 14th. I think it's like March 19th through 21st or something. But yeah, Vandy right out the gate, man. It's crazy. Savannah Webster, what's up with the weather? I'm out of state. So it's beautiful right now, but on Friday for Clemson, it's like a 90% chance of rain, high of 48. Like I said, I think they're going to try to play that game Friday for sure. But the Friday game is the one in question, just with the weather right now. I don't know what the deal is. Hunter Brown, you think they could fit a rivalry baseball game on one of those ESPN channels? Yeah. How the Carolina Clemson, not even one of them gets like an SEC network appearance is wild to me, but it is what it is. So be it. Whatever. So be it. So again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Obviously, we're all talking baseball. There is a basketball game tonight, believe it or not. South going to take it on Mississippi State in Starkville. But again, love talking baseball. You guys keep bringing the baseball questions. Really quick, for the guys or the people, that are in here, really quick. Major interview tomorrow. Major interview ahead of the Carolina Clemson series. And I'm going to tell you guys in here in this chat who it is. All right, you ready? Drum roll. Tomorrow's interview. And tomorrow's show is going to be legendary, by the way. Breaking down the Clemson series in its entirety, literally diving deep into everything, keys, top storylines, all that good stuff. Tomorrow's guest, though, none other, guys, than the Clemson killer himself, Michael Roth. Michael Roth, my good buddy Roth, joining the show. Got to chatting with him today at 3 o'clock. Yeah, looking forward to it. So for those that don't remember, and I'm assuming probably most all of you, Roth was actually my first really big interview. I have not had Roth on the show, though, since January of 2018. It's been that long. And that convo, by the way, legendary. I mean, if you guys haven't, we went so in depth on everything. This interview is going to be more so like a 30-minute quick hitter talking about the Clemson series and all that stuff. So really good stuff. I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm elated. I'm beyond words, talking to a legend like Michael Roth. I mean, arguably to me, the great, maybe the most important Gamecock baseball player of all time, because I don't think you win back-to-back national titles without Michael Roth. I really don't. So, yeah, going to dive in everything with Roth, in regards to his experiences in Carolina Clemson. And we'll talk a little bit about this year's team as well. But, yeah, man, I can't wait. Can't wait. 3 o'clock, I'm chatting with him today. And, again, the interview will drop tomorrow. And, again, like I said, I was like, you know what? I want a big interview. I was like, I want a big interview ahead of Carolina Clemson. Who better? Who better than Michael Roth, man? So I can't wait. Can't wait. Going to be a great combo, and Roth has always been great to me and a really good dude. And, I expect the conversation will be fantastic. So I just wanted to give you guys a, indication of what's to come tomorrow. So very excited. Very, very excited. Again, guys, questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Also, taking your questions for tomorrow's podcast. If you have any questions regarding the Carolina Clemson rivalry, the series, like I said, tomorrow's show will be the full series preview, guys. So everything you need to know about Carolina Clemson this weekend, if you want to learn more about the Tigers, if you want to learn more about what South Carolina needs to do to win the series, tune into that podcast tomorrow. And again, we'll have a ton of social media clips and all that good stuff and graphics. You guys already know the drill, but that podcast tomorrow we'll focus on the baseball series. And, of course, we'll break down everything from the basketball game tonight, all that good stuff. But yeah, really excited for that show tomorrow. Again, Carolina Clemson is like the Super Bowl for me. I'm beyond fired up for it. So, beyond fired up. SEC football, too. No one better to have on than Roth. I agree with you, man. Yeah, Michael's an awesome guy. He's an awesome dude. Hilarious, by the way. He is a laughter factory, is Michael Roth. T-Scar 34, how about Wes Clark becoming a legend? Does he continue his tear this weekend? I hope so. I mean, listen, I think Clemson would be foolish to just pitch to him and not have a strategy. So I think they will try to pitch around him for sure. But, we'll see. We'll see. But, I expect Wes to hold his own. No question. I think Wes is going to hold his own. Yep, 75 in Columbia today. Eat your heart out. 75 in Cola. Yep, eat your heart out for sure. Let's see. Courtney Washington, JBJ is a pretty cool guy also. Yeah, trust me, I'd love to get JBJ on the show. Been trying to do it, just haven't been able to line it up. So, but yeah, in case you missed it, Michael Roth, tomorrow's interview. So again, for those in the Daily Crow, want to let you guys know early. Really looking forward to that conversation. Like I said, chatting with him this afternoon, and you know Roth's going to have some amazing tidbits about Clemson. You know he's going to have some incredible sound bites. So Savannah says the girls are on ESPN2 Sunday. Indeed. Yes, they are. Huge game Sunday too. That Texas A&M game, huge game. So. Mason Croson, what do you think is Clemson baseball's strength in this early season? Well, it's definitely their Friday night guy, Davis Sharp. I mean, listen, I'm doing my deep dive of Clemson today, later tonight, whatever. But I certainly think Davis Sharp, that's their guy. Look, Clemson, if I was on the Clemson side of things, I would say the number one key for them in this series is they have got to win Friday night, because Saturday and Sunday, you've got back-to-back freshman arms, and I'm not saying those guys can't hold their own and throw well, but true freshmen in this series, you never know. So if South Carolina can get Clemson Friday, I feel really good about this series. That Friday, and it's every year. I feel like I say that every year of how pivotal the Friday game is, and it is, and that's because it is pivotal. I mean, getting off to a good start, getting up 1-0, it puts all the pressure on the team you're playing. So, and especially in this series as well. Like I said, I mean, Davis Sharp, their Friday night guy. In South Carolina faced him last year on Saturday, and hey, Wes Clark, I think, hit a bomb off him. I mean, that's, South Carolina hit him pretty well. So, which is kind of ironic that last year in Columbia at Segra, it was far against Sharp, and it's going to be far against Sharp Friday. So, kind of ironic you have that going, but that Friday game's so pivotal. And again, if I was on the Clemson side of things, I'd say that the number one key for Clemson, they got to win that Friday game. They just have to. They have to, because again, if Carolina can get 1-0, get up 1-0, and then you're putting it on the backs of two freshmen, if you're Clemson, that's a tough spot to be in, man. That's a really tough spot to be in for them. So again, that Friday game is always so pivotal. Let's see. Elizabeth Ballard says you win Friday, it gives you confidence. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it certainly does. And I'm not saying if you lose Friday, you can't still win the series, because hey, how many times has South Carolina won Friday and then lost the series at Clemson still? But or vice versa, you know what I mean? So, it gives you just such a leg up in that series, though, if you can get that Friday game under your belt. So, Victoria Lynn Kelly, when do we play Clem Tech in baseball? This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. I love talking baseball. I mean, let's continue it for sure. But just really quickly, let me inject this in the chat, inject this in the conversation. What's you guys' mood with Gamecocks basketball? How do you feel about the game tonight? Because I have a lot of thoughts on it, actually. I really do. I posted the clip on social media a little bit early, and I got another one going later today about my feelings on this program as a whole. I'll tell you this. I know, and I'll say this, I have a lot of empathy. For the COVID situation, and, especially with, Frank Martin getting it twice and all that. I have a lot of empathy. But I will say this, I think like the worst thing to happen to Gamecocks basketball was the attitude of, oh, the season's a wash. And again, it started with the fans, right? We're like, oh, the season's a wash, COVID, season's a wash. And we've kind of had to accept that, because it's almost like you're to the point, and again, this is just me being brutally honest. So if you take it, if it pisses you off, so be it. But you couldn't be critical of this team. If you were critical of this team, you're an asshole. Like, oh, they had COVID. How dare you? You're not empathetic. You're just such a tyrant. Like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? So you had to say, oh well, no, season's a wash. Even if they lose, oh, season's a wash. COVID. It's all we heard. COVID. But after the Florida game, right, like we said, I mean, hey, you can't use COVID as an excuse anymore. You've shown what you're capable of. You went on the road. You beat Florida. You're not gonna credit COVID for getting the W. So why would you credit COVID for losing into these last 5 games that you've since lost after you beat Florida? And I'll say this. I think that mentality of, oh, the season's a wash because of COVID, that is like the worst thing that's happened this year. Because I feel like that mentality has been like a poison that is seeped into this Gamecocks basketball program. And again, I hate to be the guy that questions players' effort and questions their heart and questions their fight and questions their want to. I hate to be that guy. But all we can do is draw conclusions from what we're seeing on the floor. And that's how it feels, man. I feel like this team's packed it in. I feel like this team is quit. This team has, if nothing else, embraced the mentality of, oh, the season's a wash. Oh my God, COVID happened. So you know what? Pack it in. Let's just fight for our individual statistics. But COVID, the season's a wash. Who cares if we win games? That's how it feels. That's how it feels, honestly. And that spreads from the players to the coaches to the program. I really feel like that's been like a poison that has injected itself into this program. I really do. So if that's harsh, so be it. But again, all I can do is draw conclusions off what I see on the floor. And when you're only a 3-point underdog at home against Mizzou and you lose by 15 or whatever it was, and you're just getting your butts beat night after night after night, like it feels like the team has quit. It feels like they've quit. And if nothing else, they have embraced the excuse, call it what you want, but the excuse of the season's a wash because of COVID. Call it what you want, but it's an excuse. It is. At this point in the season, it's an excuse. Like if you lose tonight, it wasn't because of COVID. It's because you stink, which is what I really think. I just think this team stinks. I think the leadership stinks. I think this team, guys have lost confidence. Guys are playing selfishly. They're not playing together as a team. This team stinks, and there's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. This team sucks. No other way to put it, bro. So, and again, I know that apathy has set in for all of Gamecock Nation. I totally get that. I understand it. But there's another part of me that's like, why don't we hold these people responsible? Like, the season's still going. If you wanted to just pack it in and say the season's a wash, why didn't you just opt out the rest of the year? Like, why did you put us through watching these dumbass games? Why do I have to wait until 9:30 tonight to record a podcast? Because I have to wait until after you probably go lose to Mississippi State. That pisses me off, genuinely. That I have to, my time is very valuable. It pisses me off, dude. Like, I know no other way to put it. So, fine, we're a baseball school. Fine. We'll never be a basketball school. And I totally understand that. I embrace that. Whatever. I'd rather be a baseball school than a basketball school, to be totally honest with you. But is nobody held responsible? Is it just okay? Should we just disband basketball? Should we just quit the basketball program? Is that the point we're at? Is it a club sport, as someone literally told me on Facebook, which is like the wildest mentality to have? I mean, it's just, again, I'm torn on it because it's like, okay, season's a wash, COVID. But the other hand, it's like, what? We're still going out there and playing games. You're still lacing up the sneakers every other night. Like, if you're going to go play, and like I said this morning, if for nothing else, if you don't want to have pride in your university, for your head coach, for the fan base, my God, have pride in yourself and go play a full 40 minutes. Go play your ass off. I don't care if they lose by 20, but let's at least see fight. Let's see it. So, okay. Courtney Washington, it's not poison. You have to make shots to win games. It's make or miss league. Then we just suck. Courtney, then just say we suck. Because shooting is a pretty big part of the game. So we just suck. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. SEC football too. I got a strange optimistic feeling from Mississippi State tonight. Well, I had a strange optimistic feeling for Saturday, and we lost by what we lost by. So I'm picking us to lose by 19 points. So trust me, I don't have that feeling. I don't have that feeling at all. So let's see. Just set an account of baseball. I mean, listen, I totally agree. But again, I pride myself on the Spurs Up show being a very well-rounded outlet. Like, we're not just going to pretend like basketball season's over. I'm not just going to I'm not going to put out a podcast tomorrow. And just as much as I'd love, part of me is like, I'd love to just spend 45 minutes just talking baseball, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pretend like the season's over and not talk about basketball because I still am a huge fan and I love Carolina basketball. I really do. I refuse to be that way. There's some entities and outlets and whatever, it's each their own, that just want to cover football or just want to cover baseball or just want to cover basketball. We're going to be well-rounded. We're going to hit all the sports. We're going to do it. But, God, they make it hard. They make it so hard. They make it so hard to, get into it and break it all down and give keys to the game and prediction. And it's like, here's a key to the game. Try. Show up. Play defense. I don't know. Your local sports talk. What's your thought on Torian Gray's DBU tweet after getting Anthony Rose? Listen, that's a mindset and mentality that Torian Gray is trying to establish, that we're going to be the new DBU. I mean, that's, whatever. It is what it is. It doesn't really move the needle for me one way or the other. I mean, I guess it's cool. And I'm glad we have that mentality and that expectation of we want to be the new DBU. And, we have great defensive backs that have come through. It's not like we're trying to just start that tradition. We do have a tradition of great defensive backs. So, I mean, it doesn't bother, it's whatever. It's, I think it's a good thing. It's a cool thing to sell to recruits, but, it doesn't really move the needle for me either way. I mean, I think it's cool, but, whatever. Courtney Washington, here we go. I see. I knew talking basketball get Courtney fired up. You're not going to run through the SEC schedule with a COVID layoff like they have. It's just not happen in this league, has gotten too tough. Courtney, I hear you. Again, that layoff happened 2 months ago. It happened a month and a half ago. If you wanted to continue to use that as an excuse, why didn't you just opt out the rest of the year? Why? And then you got Frank Martin having the audacity to say he wants to reschedule the games from early in the year. Why? Have we not suffered enough? I mean, my God. No, don't do that. Play your 3, take your 3 ass whippings most likely, and fold and get rid of it. Just call it. Call the season. Because that's what everybody in the program looks like they want to do anyways. Colby Parker says, a question looks solid. Yeah, for sure. Oh, whoops. What am I doing? Here we go. Here's a great joke from Phil. Why do Clemson fans smell so bad? So blind people can hate them too. Very good, Phil. Thank you for that. Let's see. Another Clemson joke. I'll highlight these. Why is there no ice in the drinks at Clemson? The senior with the recipe graduated. Very good. Let's see. A lot of questions today. I love it. A lot of questions. RJ Kelly, if the roles are reversed, they'd be coming for Kingston's head. Just saying, yeah. No, Kingston, I promise you, Gamecock baseball will not get it. They would not get a COVID excuse. Trust me. Phil says, what's the difference between Death Valley and a cactus? The cactus has pricks on the outside. Very good. Phil, where are you getting these? What website? Here's another one. How do you separate the men from the boys in Clemson with a restraining order? God. Yikes. Major league yikes, my guy. Widener says he thinks Frank will go to Miami if their coach retires. Savannah Webster, I just saw a post with TBA for one of the Clemson games. No official change announced, right? I'm hoping the graphic was wrong because we are meeting for it. Which Clemson game? What website? Which game? I have not seen any changes thus far. But which game are you talking about? I'm curious. Let's see. Okay. Savannah Webster, Sunday 228 was TBA on a graphic I just saw. All right, you got to cite the graphic because I don't know why it'd be. Was it TBA in the sense of like who's starting pitching or what? Because I'm literally looking at the baseball schedule and we're good. It's 4-4 and 130 this weekend. So I don't know what that could maybe for the pitching matchups, but I don't know. I don't know. Justin says, honestly, don't think there's a leader on this team. We have a coach and players, but no leader. I think that can help change some of the pride and attitude on the team. Yeah, I don't think there's a leader either. I don't. So, Jaden Harris, if you could pick a team for Horn to go to, what team would you pick? I honestly, man, I guess the Panthers would be cool. I don't say this in a disrespectful way. Like, I really don't give a damn. Like, it don't really matter to me, bro. Like, I'm not a huge NFL guy anyways. So, Thomas Walker says, can we get a few more Clarks? Well, we got a few. We got more than a few guys that can hit bombs. I mean, you got Wes Clark, sure. But, I mean, as you've seen, Andrew Eister can go deep. David Mendham can go deep. Brennan Malone can go deep. He hasn't yet, but he can. Brady Allen can go deep. Braylon Wimmer can go deep. Hell, Josiah Seitler went deep. Even Colin Burgess can go deep. I think Heinrich can run into one every now and then. I think George Khalil can run into one every now and then. So we got guys, man, 1 through 9 that can go yard. So Cody Gaskins, right now, 22 runs is the most runs scored in college baseball, I believe. What do you think the most runs will be scored in one game this season? I think 22 might hold up. That's an insane game. That is insane. Courtney Washington, these are the best years of Carolina basketball since Frank has been here, just like Steve Spurrier gave football a newfound hope. These are the best years? Like, are you serious? These last 3 are the best years of winning nothing. Come on. Give me a break. Come on. T-Scar 34. Do you feel Brennan Jordan goes deeper this Sunday, or does he still have a problem with the blister on? So it's not Jordan. It's Julian Bosnick was the one with the blister. He should be able to go deeper. I mean, it was unfortunate with the blister, but he should be good by now. So I'd expect he'd go deeper in the game, no question. Jim Widener, weather could be an issue this weekend. Yes, Friday. 90% chance of rain in Clemson. We'll see what happens, but certainly it could play a factor this weekend. No doubt. SC football too. Almost time for Braves. Yes, sir. Dude, I'm so fired up for just baseball all the way around. Obviously, I mean, I love having Carolina baseball back. It's amazing. Beyond words. Here's a funny joke. Let's go to this one. RJ Kelly. Why did they have to cancel sex ed and driver's ed at Clemson? It was too hard on the mule. Now that's funny. Now that, my friend, RJ, good on you, son. That's funny. Good on you, sir. That is funny as hell. Savannah Webster, who's an under-the-radar guy who needs to step up this weekend? Under-the-radar guy. Colin Burgess. I think having a great weekend behind the plate. He's going to start all 3 games back there. He needs to be a brick wall behind the plate, and then down in that lineup about the 7 hole needs to give you something there. I think Colin Burgess, though, being a brick wall back there for you. It's again, in a series like this, it's going to come down to there's going to be 5 or 6 moments, right? Which is which team handles the moment better, which team capitalizes, which team comes through, the timely hits, the big pitch when they need it, the big strikeout, the big out. That's what it's going to come down to. So again, being solid back there behind the plate, not letting nothing get by you, don't give anything free, don't give any free bases, nothing like that. Colin Burgess is just one. There's a few guys. I mean, I think Brady Allen in the leadoff spot. I think he needs to have a great weekend for you. Set the tone at the top of the lineup. I think that's pivotal. But, yeah, those guys for sure. There's a lot of guys. Everybody's got to step up this weekend, no question. Courtney Washington, do your research. His winning percentage is similar to Spurrier, and everyone's cool with Spurrier. Courtney, are you really comparing Spurrier and that 3-year run of 11 wins to the last 3 years? Or I mean, I just don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. What have we done the last 3 years that makes you that you're boasting about? What? So honestly, what are you boasting about? What are you boasting about? Unbelievable. Here we go. Did you hear about the Clemson students that died last night? They were drinking milk and a cow fell on them. Yikes. Yikes. Here we go. Thomas Walker. Did you hear Clemson was looking to change the turf next year? Apparently, they were trying to keep cheerleaders from grazing. Yikes. Attaboy. Love that. Phil, how did the Clemson fan break his finger? He got punched in the nose. Jeez. Did you hear about the Clemson library burned to the ground last night? All the coloring books were lost in the fire. Sad. This is always a classic. RJ, how do you get a Clemson graduate off your porch? Pay him for the pizza. Love it. Love it. Travis Rell says, Courtney, let's grab a Busch Light. Yeah. I don't know. It's exhausting again. Let's go back talking to baseball. It's so exhausting to talk basketball. I love baseball because we have a sport with actual expectations and expectations to be great. And that's refreshing. That's refreshing. It really is. It really is. Because, when when we talk basketball and Courtney's telling me how great things are and how great our program is right now. And it makes me feel hopeless for the future. It really does. It makes me feel hopeless for the future of Gamecock basketball. So you just want me to be honest. Oh, man. Sorry about that, guys. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Justin says, what do you call a line of tractors in Clem Sucks? Tigers homecoming. Indeed. Indeed. Courtney Washington, it's going to be hard to get a good coach if we go down this rabbit hole of judging the man off of 3 years. Again, I'm not saying fire Frank Martin. I'm not saying fire Frank Martin. I'm not saying fire Frank Martin. Let me get that out there. Courtney, if he comes back next year and he misses the tournament again, I'm not judging him off 3 years. I'm not judging him off 4 years. I'm judging him off of 10. 10 years. 10. This is not a small sample size. And I don't give a damn if you make the Final Four. That's great. I love that. That's like one of the best memories ever. But you've made the postseason, the tournament, once in 10 years. I don't care who the coach is. That cannot be the standard, man. That can't. That cannot be the standard. It can't. It flat out cannot be. Right? I mean, am I crazy for saying that? It can't be the standard. It just can't be. So, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I'm sorry. It's a no-brainer. Hugh says our baseball program needs to prove itself again. Been too many years of being irrelevant. This weekend will be a big step in either direction. See, Hugh, and that, let me just say this. That right there is the attitude I hate. Because there's a lot of fans that unfairly are going to look at this weekend series against Clemson. And is it huge? Yes. Do I want to win it? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I want them to win it. But if South Carolina, God forbid, loses 2 or 3 to Clemson, if they lose this series, people like Hugh and a lot of other people, season's over. This team sucks again. We're irrelevant. The 2010 team won the College World Series after losing 2 out of 3 to Clemson in the regular season. Do you realize that? Did you know that? Did you forget that? Like, that's what I'm talking about with the unfair expectations and the unfair standards. Yeah, I want to see Carolina win it. Hell yeah. But, that attitude is bullshit, man. That attitude is just flat out bullshit. And to say the program's been irrelevant. Last year, you lost because of COVID. 2019, sure, you had a bad year. 2018, you went to the freaking Super Regionals, my guy, game away from Omaha. 2017, you had a bad year. 2016, you were in the Super Regionals, almost to Omaha. 2015, you had a bad year. 2014, you're in the postseason. 2013, you're in the Super Regionals, a game away from Omaha. 2012, you're in Omaha in the final and lose. And then obviously 10 and 11, you went back to back. So what are we talking about that we feel like the program is irrelevant? No, it's not. We've had some bad years, don't get me wrong, but the program's not irrelevant. Give me a break. Give me a break. And again, it pisses me off that people, everybody's so excited right now and we're 4-0 and like, bro, if we lose 2 or 3 to Clemson, God forbid, is it going to suck? Is it going to sting? Hell yes, it's going to sting. But baseball is it's a marathon, bro. It's not a sprint. You know how many series are going to be left if you lose to Clemson? I mean, guys, you have 10 SEC series. There will be, 12 more weekends of baseball. So taking the attitude into this weekend that, man, if we lose to Clemson, that, this weekend's going to tell us whether we're relevant again or we're back. Like, cut that out. Like, cut it out. Enough. Again, if you want to be that way and I'm not trying to come after, by the way, Hugh, I'm not trying to come after you. This is just an overall attitude I see. Because unfortunately, like I told you, but you know what? It's fair. Whatever. Football, our fans are going to show up. They're going to watch. We can go 0-11, 0-12, and we're going to keep watching. But in baseball and basketball, if you don't put a product on the floor or if you don't put a product on the diamond, people are going to check out, fairly or unfairly. But that's what annoys me, is that if we go out there this weekend and we lose 2 of 3, God forbid, to Clemson, if we lose the series, everybody that's been all high and mighty on Gamecock baseball and optimistic and all, they're going to say, oh, season's over, I'm not watching anymore. And that's bullshit. That's just flat out bullshit. There's no other way to put it. So, to say that we've fallen out of relevancy, are we top 5 in the country right now? No, we are not. Have we been top 5? No, we have not. But again, I love the standard. I love the standard at Carolina that's been set. Omaha or bust. I love it. But at the same time, like, guys, what we did 10-12 is probably never going to happen again. Like, and that's not just for Carolina. Nobody in college baseball history will do what South Carolina baseball did in the postseason. 22 straight postseason win, guys. 12 straight wins in Omaha. Nobody's going to touch that. So, like I said, Hugh, not to come directly at you, but I beg of fans, please, if we lose the series to Clemson, it's going to hurt, bro. It's going to burn. I want to win this series bad, real bad. We all do. But if South Carolina, if for some reason they lose, please, I beg of you, do not quit on this team. Do not pack it in and stop watching and give up on this season, because it's one series. It's one series out of like the 14 you play. That's all I'm saying. That's my entire point behind that rant. Do not quit on this team either way. It's a really talented ball club, a really, really good baseball team. And I feel really good about this weekend. I really do. I feel great about Carolina's chances this weekend. And you guys will know my full prediction tomorrow. But I'm just saying, in case, like, don't give up on this team. I hate that attitude. I hate, I've had people buddies of mine before that have literally told me to my face, Chris, I judge the season off if we beat Clemson early on. If we do, I'll watch. If we don't, I probably won't tune in unless it's like a big SEC series. So that's a dog shit attitude. I'm sorry. It's a terrible attitude. So, and I mean, people can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want with their time. I'm not saying you have to watch, but like checking out because of that one series, to me, that's bogus. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. All right. Here we go. Let me get myself ready for this mentally. Courtney Washington says Frank has been in the tournament every year and won 20 plus games. We're coming here to save us from the abyss. And now he's only been in the postseason play twice. It's not the coach. It falls on the program and the school. He's been in the tournament every year. What are you talking about? What tournament? You mean the SEC tournament that like basically everybody in the conference gets in? Courtney, I respect you. I respect your opinion, but I just, again, excuse. Yeah, you're right. It does fall in the program and the school to make the change if necessary. It does fall in the program and the school to set the expectation and set the standard. Again, nobody is telling this man to go to the tournament every year. Once every 3 to 4, though, and that's being generous, in my opinion. If you say that's unrealistic, then we should just close down the basketball program. Just go ahead. Your local sports talk says, if anything, football has been irrelevant in the last 5 years. Yeah, they're not ready to have that conversation. So, again, it's just, it irks me and it blows my mind, the expectations for baseball and how high they are. And, like, the other sports just get this free pass. Like, it's just nuts. Hugh, I mean, hey, you got me going. Tip of the cap to you. Nah, it's just like, but I'm glad you brought that up again, because it's like, it's not just you. Like, that is certainly an attitude within fans. And I'm sure that happens at every school, but, like, it's just annoying. Mm-hmm. Austin Kane 17 in good news. The boys are home run kings, leading the nation. Indeed. Yeah, it's been fun to watch, no question. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Nick Marshall, what's going on? And again, I've said it before here on these airwaves, and you know what? Again, nobody's setting unrealistic expectations for Frank Martin and his program, but the expectation should be to go to the postseason every year. Every year. Bottom line, it should. That should be the goal. That should be the goal. Again, I like Frank Martin, bro. Like, I hope he's the guy to do it. But again, it's not year 3. This is year 9. And, like, again, and I love people to say too, oh, can you count last year because it got cut short? Bro, we were not even, we were going to have to win the SEC tournament to get in the NCAA tournament. We were probably going to miss the damn NIT. What are you talking about? Last year we were not going. Colby Parker, if we sweep Clemson, are we top 10? Tough to say. I mean, you have to jump 6 spots. I don't know. Maybe it depends on who loses in front of you. I don't really know. It's, you know, Thomas Walker, do you think they pitch or pass to West this weekend? Here's what I think will happen. I think if it's bases empty, I think they'll pitch to him, actually, to be honest. Now, if there's guys on, if it's a big situation, I think they'll walk him, no question. But, you know, I don't know. I think they're going to try to pitch around him. You know, they might not just intentionally walk him, but I don't think West is going to see many fastballs. I'll put it that way. RJ Kelly, everyone should be held accountable in all sports at Carolina. We should want the best out of all of our programs. Don't fire one coach for underperforming and be lenient on others. Just saying. I mean, yeah, it's a good point. Really good point. Again, like I said, we've all embraced it, accepted it. Oh, season's a wash, COVID. Totally get it. But like I said, I think that's been a cancer. I think that's been toxic to this program. And it's just put a built-in excuse into this season, which anytime you're playing with a built-in excuse, it's tough. You know what I mean? Just that's when apathy really starts to set in. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe tonight South Carolina finds a way. Maybe they come out and they fight scratch and claw and they find a way to get the W. You know, either way, we'll be watching. I'll be covering it. Again, pregame show 6 to 6:30. You guys want to tune in right here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll be doing that. So whatever. We'll see. We'll see. By the way, guys, anybody tuned in, this is a shot in the dark, but if anybody knows anybody selling tickets to especially the Saturday game in Greenville, please let me know. I'm looking to buy 2. Even 1, but 2. Yeah, let me know. Courtney Washington, I'm looking at the overall job Frank has done, not 1 season. Hey, I agree with you. Frank has done a good job here. He has. He has raised the bar. He has raised the expectations for Gamecock basketball. But just like with Muschamp, and I'll close on this, just like with Muschamp, the biggest thing fans want to see is this. They want to see progress, sustained, real progress from their programs. That's all you ask for. And Courtney, You can talk, you can type till you're blue in the face, but you have to admit these last 3 years since the Final Four run, 18, 19, 20, and now 21, this program has stalled out. Bottom line, this program has flatlined. It's not a positive trend anymore. I don't even know that it's more negative than anything, but it's stalled out if nothing else. And at some point, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, what has to change? Again, I don't say fire Frank Martin. I think it'd be a mistake to fire him right now, but bring him back next year. If you miss the tournament and the program's still here or going this way, you got to make a change. You got to get rid of him for the health of your program. If you don't give a damn about winning. That's the bottom line. Guys, thank you so much. Pre-game show, 6 to 6:30. We'll get after it before the Gamecocks take on Mississippi State. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.